The Porsche Macan is one of the most fun, compact luxury SUVs you can drive. It's sporty, composed, and actually usable every day. But like any car, there are things buyers should watch out for. Today, we're covering the most common problems and design flaws across Macans sold in the last 10 years. Is this entry-level Porsche built to last? Well, let's find out. We'll start with the most discussed reliability item across many Macan model years, the transfer box, also known as the transfer case. It controls the torque between front and rear axles, and when it misbehaves, you'll know it immediately. Porsche issued factory technical bulletins in 2022 for slow speed, shudder, and jerking behavior, and dealers have documented diagnostic steps published. The common symptoms would be low speed shudder, jolting, or lurching during tight turns or while creeping at 6 to 10 miles an hour, and sometimes even in reverse. Owners describe it as binding sensation or sharp torque spike. Some report clicking or clunking noise coming from the front area of the car. Now, which Macans are affected by this issue exactly? Well, this is where I have to get a little nerdy, as on the surface, there are only two generations of the Porsche Macan. The first generation is model years 2015 to 2025, and the second generation is model years 2025 and newer. However, the first generation, which is also known as the 95B chassis code, can be split into three revisions, as there were two facelifts during this time. They are split up like this. Model years 2015 to 2018 Macans are the initial launch model and are known as the 95B.1. Model years 2019 to 2021 Macans are the first facelift model and are known as the 95B.2. You get new front and rear bumpers, full LED taillight strip, new wheel designs, and updated infotainment system with a larger screen. Finally, model years 2022 to 2025 Macans are the second facelift model and are known as the 95B.3. This facelift was a minor refresh, mostly to simplify the range, and the car I'm standing next to falls into this category, as it's a 2023 Porsche Macan. Now that we are on the same page, the transfer box issue affects mostly 95B.1 and 95B.3 cars, meaning the 2015 to 2018 and the 2022 to 2025 model years are mostly affected. The technical service bulletin issued by Porsche specifically references 2022 model cars. So what can you do? Well, if you are looking to buy a used Macan, during your test drive, do a slow turn shudder test. It's as simple as going 6 to 10 miles an hour with steering at almost full lock while applying light brake. As far as the fix, dealers will follow the TSB diagnostics routine. Fixes range from unplugging the transfer box to software updates to transfer box replacements depending on root cause. If you're buying used, see if the fix has been applied or check with the dealer to see if the repair could still be done under warranty or the service campaign, as Porsche has extended the transfer box warranty to 7 years from original sale date. Okay, that was a lot, so we'll try to make this one a little bit quicker. And the second most common issue is with the V6 Macans, specifically the Macan S, GTS, and Turbo between 2015 and 2018 model years. These engines developed oil leaks from the timing chain cover area. Porsche introduced updated repair procedures, including revised steel bolts and parts to address the failures. Later model years and newer engines saw fewer of these timing cover specific complaints. You'll know if this is an issue if you see oil seepage around the front chain housing, oil on the under tray, or visible wetness near the oil pan. Unfortunately, there is no extended warranty for this one, and the affected models are now all out of factory warranty. So what can you do, and what is the solution here? Other than checking if Porsche performed the updated timing cover repair, not much. If it's already leaking, that most likely means the bolts are broken, and in some cases, the engine has to be dropped from the car in order to replace the bolts and gasket. The dealer can charge as much as $10,000 for this. Crazy. Unfortunately, there isn't much that can be done to prevent this if you are a current owner, but I believe there are aftermarket solutions, and some indie shops have done the work without removing the engine first, saving the owners thousands. Similarly, Porsche recalled certain 2015 to 2018 Macans because of the fuel pump service cover that could come in contact with the fuel pump flange and cause cracks. This is a potential fuel leak and fire hazard if left unchecked. This is our third common issue, but luckily this is only common on the first gen 95B.1 Macans. As you can imagine, symptoms include fuel smell and or visible leakage near the fuel sender area. If you see any fuel stains or can smell it, don't drive the car and have it inspected immediately. There is a recall for this as well, so make sure it was done or run the VIN through the Porsche's recall portal to see if the car was affected by it. The repair is replacing the service cover and the protective film for the fuel pump. At number 4, we have an issue that has been more common on newer Macans. Porsche's PCM infotainment system can occasionally freeze, reboot, or drop CarPlay. Owners report intermittent hangs that can often be resolved with software updates, reboots, or dealer intervention. More owners have reported PCM freezes on newer 2022 Plus cars and early EV models. This issue is most common on the 2022 to 2024 95B.3 models, but also possible on the 2019 to 2021 95B.2 cars. EV owners with early software have also had issues with the rearview camera image where it's blurry or missing completely. Luckily, in most cases, this is just a software issue, so an update can resolve it. In some cases, the over-the-air updates that you can do at home don't fix the issue, so a visit to the dealer is necessary. The dealer will do a local software update to resolve the issue. There have also been complaints about the interior rattles and cracked B-pillar plastics on some 95B.3 cars, but more importantly, sunroof leaks from clogged drains. This isn't necessarily a common problem, but if your car has been parked under trees over the years, it can be an issue. Symptoms are very straightforward. You'll see water in the interior, specifically in the trunk area, and if it's left long enough, a musty smell. Preemptively, I would recommend inspecting the sunroof drains visually first, just right here, and make sure the water isn't pooling up here, and ideally run a quick test to make sure the water drains properly. If it doesn't, there is a quick video someone made on how to unclog these drains. The last couple of items on the list are not really issues, but as this is an entry Porsche, I've seen owners new to luxury vehicles complain about expensive wear items like the brakes. Performance-oriented cars wear pads, rotors, and bushings faster than mainstream crossovers. The Macan is no exception, so plan for higher wear rates and cost of replacement. On similar note, there have been a few reports of the AC condenser getting damaged by road debris as it's pretty low to the ground and kind of exposed. Check for bent fins or more damage if AC is not blowing cold air at all. Some owners add a mesh in this area right here or a little bit behind this plastic to protect the condenser. Of course, this is not a Porsche Macan specific issue, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. Well, that was a lot of information, so let me give you a condensed version. Basically, the 2015 to 2018 Macans have the transfer case issue, the fuel pump cover leak, and the V6 engines have the expensive timing chain cover leak to watch out for. The 2019 to 2021 Macans still have the transfer case issue, but to a lesser extent, and the infotainment software issues are a new item on the list. The 2022 to 2025 Macans continue to have the transfer case shudder, but more specifically on the 2022 model year. The infotainment issues are still common on these newer models as well. The B-pillar plastic cracking is also more common on this version of the car. The electric Macan seems to only have issues with the camera software and occasionally drive assist errors. Of course, the clogged sunroof drains are common across the entire range. So, is the Porsche Macan reliable? Actually, yes. That's not a lot of issues for 10 years. it's still an awesome sporty luxury SUV, but like any premium performance model, it has some model year specific things to watch out for. If you're looking for the most reliable model, go for a 2022 or newer Macan. This base 2-liter engine has proven to be very reliable. For all other models, check recalls and history of the vehicle before buying, as knowing this will make you a smarter buyer and owner in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment down below if you've had any of these issues with your Macan or if you've experienced something different. Like the video if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!